us getting this this exhibit over where we're going to be going to after all this. So I thank you all for coming. Thank you all for watching this, because it's going to be posted on YouTube. Of course, that's how we do things, right? We film our stuff and we put it all around the place. But I thank you all for watching. Thank you all for coming. If you have questions throughout this press conference, please send them to Sabrina over here to my left. Okay, send it to her, and she will tell us about those questions afterwards. Okay, and of course, if you're watching on YouTube, please feel free to put your questions on there as well, and we will definitely get back to you and respond. So definitely use that as well. Okay, I know this press conference kind of came out of nowhere, but we felt like it was the best thing to do to let everybody know, hey, this is exciting times. I'm one of the owners of Premier Wrestling. It's with great pleasure and excitement that I stand before you today. Today marks a pivotal moment for Second Life Wrestling. Notice how I didn't specify Premier Wrestling. That's intentional. Today we celebrate Second Life Wrestling as a whole. I'm thrilled to announce that Second Life Wrestling will have a prominent presence at the Second Life Community Welcome Hub. This hub serves as initial stepping, coming into SL for all newcomers to Second Life, providing them with the opportunity to explore various organizations and communities. This is a monumental achievement, and I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Second Life Linden Labs for entrusting us with this incredible opportunity. I also want to express my deepest appreciation to our dedicated management team, whose unwavering commitment over the past months has been instrumental in making this vision reality. Premier Wrestling stands apart from other wrestling organizations. Well, some. We're not mud wrestling, and we are not a sex club wrestling organization. We uphold ourselves to a higher standard, one that prioritizes respect for both our performers and fans alike. We are virtual superstars dedicated to delivering professionally produced wrestling events every week, but it seems like every day. It's time to push wrestling, especially in SL, forward. And Premier Wrestling is on the forefront of this movement. I'm proud to announce that we're actively pursuing inclusion into the Second Life Gateway program. We actually kept this kind of a secret, but we said the hell with it. We're just going to go ahead and tell everybody anyway, which will enable us to forge an even stronger ties with Second Life and Linden Labs. So that's very, very exciting. Okay. Additionally, we're excited to introduce Royal Clash. This event will be maybe a yearly thing. We'll see, and will serve as one of our special events alongside the Premier Wrestling Draft. Royal Clash will feature 2 rumbles, one male and one female, with a halftime show in between. The winner of each rumble will get a chance to spin the wheel for a surprise reward and opportunity. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you all can make it. It'll be May 15th, starting at 1 p.m. SLT. Tickets are now available, and they are for 89 Lindens, but it's only going to be for a couple of days. Okay, so if you got friends or family or whoever wants to come, they're going to be 89 Lindens for a short time. Okay, Premier Wrestling is spearheading the advancement of Second Life Wrestling to unprecedented heights. We're showcasing wrestling as a thrilling sport and form of entertainment suitable for families and enthusiasts throughout Second Life. So anybody who loves wrestling, we're here. These opportunities are afforded to us by Linden Labs, and we will serve as a beacon for wrestling, for the wrestling community. As I always say, this is just a beginning. Together, we are posed to make history. Okay, and with that being said, I'm going to let a couple of the other members here speak. I think it's actually LG, and it's going to be Jasmine. Where after they are done talking, we're going to, like I said, take questions that you may have. If you have questions, please send those to um, Sabrina, and we will get those answered in a timely fashion. Again, right after this, we're going to be going to the exhibit where this is going to take place. So super exciting. I'm going to, I don't know if LG, if you want to speak, coming up, you want to do it, or Jasmine, or if whoever wants to go first. Whoever wants to go first, doesn't matter to me.
Jas, you want to go?
I'll hop off here if I can. Oh, he's saying. Oh yeah, you gotta unmute in Discord there, Jasmine, and he's being such a gentleman. Such a gentleman you are.
Alrighty, alrighty. I will go first then. Thank you, LG. I appreciate that. Oops, sorry about that, Vince.
Oh, you're okay.
Alrighty, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome, welcome, welcome today. It is so wonderful to see everybody that come out. As Vince said, I am the president of Rise Wrestling, and I am here to talk about something that I love to talk about, and that is Rise Wrestling. Yes. I took over as president 2 years ago when Rise started. And yes, it has been 2 years already that we have been here in Rise. And you know what? We have grown so much in those past 2 years. We are now going on our 8th tour, and every tour seems to be better than the last, and that's the way I like it. We have a really nice, diverse roster of vets and rookies who all work really, really hard to make Rise what it is today. And we have been growing and getting bigger and getting better every single tour. And we just love it. I just want to say a little bit about Rise. We do have now, we are up to 3 champions for the women and the men, 3 belts. We do have the men's championships, and we have the men's champion, who is Christian Casanova. We have the men's IC champion, which is the Intercontinental champion, and that is Hiram, the Dark Prophet. We also have the women on the women's side. We have Barry the Gamer Girl, who is the women's champion. And we also have the Morgan, who is the women's IC champion. And I am pleased to announce at the beginning of this last tour, we have actually brought out tag team belts. So we were so excited to get them, and it was a great success. So we have our very first Rise tag team champions. We have on the men's side, we have Alex Camino and Justin Sane as our 2 men's champions. And on the women, we have Rena, the Dragon Maiden of Kadoya, and we also have Morta is also our women's IC champion. So we are very, very happy to have tag team belts. And like I said, it has been a great success in Rise. So hopefully it will continue to be. We keep getting more and more people into Rise. We just got another tag team that came in. So this is really exciting that now we're getting people coming in as tag teams who want to actually be a tag team. So that is really exciting. We're always looking for wrestlers of any skill level. We have a great, great training team. We are going to be announcing a new head trainer very, very shortly. But I would just like to say, at this conference, I would like to give a big shout out of our head trainer now, Venna. She has been a great head trainer, and we're going to miss her terribly, but she is going to stick around and help out. So I'm so glad to hear that. But she has been a really great head trainer in Rise. And all of our management works really, really hard and works very well together to keep Rise the well oiled machine that it is. Um, I don't want to take up too much time because I could sit here and talk about Rise for an hour, because it is my passion. And everybody, like I said, they really do just come together in one big unit to make Rise a great Fed. Um, but our attendance, we have had great attendance levels. Our attendance, average attendance last tour has been about 40 people per show. We do have two shows. We have them on Wednesdays at 1, and we have them on Sundays at 2. And so we have really had great success with that. We are up to almost 300 in our Discord. So I think that is a great accomplishment in 2 years, that our Discord grows every day. So, as I said, I started to say we are looking for wrestlers, we are looking for commentators, we are looking for managers, and we even have a few valets. So if you are looking for to get into wrestling and you have a spot in mind, we have a place for you. We are a really a fun bunch of fun group. We get along very well together, I would say. All of our roster, we have vets, like I said, vets and rookies alike. The vets are always there to help the rookies, the new people coming in. There's always our head trainer is usually always here to help if you need help. So it's just a great welcoming atmosphere. We are also LGBTQ friendly. So, whatever, however, whoever you are welcome in Rise. So, um, thank you all for letting me speak about Rise, because like I said, if I don't get down, I will probably sit here another half hour because I love talking about Rise. So if y'all are getting ready to rise, watch us, come see us on Wednesdays and Sundays. And thank you so much.
Well said there, LG. You're up, sir.
Thank you very much, Jasmine. One thing I can do is talk. I'm very good at it, and I do a lot of it. So I've got lots to say. Okay, everyone. So what I would like to talk about, because I know that we've talked about Rise, we've talked about what we haven't talked about is our incredible half-year growth and achievement that we've had within Premier Wrestling. Each milestone we've reached this year, it doesn't just mark our success, but it's kind of like it shows our dedication, and it just shows how strong we are as a community. This year especially, being entered into this community hub, the Second Life community hub, it's a step that broadens, obviously what we're able to do. It integrates us more deeply within to Second Life. And it also, it's going to give us more awareness and presence within the world. So when people visit this display, they're going to be new, they're going to be fresh to SL, and they're going to see us first. And that means a lot to us to be able to be there and be part of that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that will bring more traffic to our sim, more fans, and potentially more performers. So we also, you know this, you're here in the Fed. For the people who are watching YouTube, might not know this, but we also give a lot back in Premier Wrestling. We do a lot of work with things like the Red Cross for the Ukraine, and we currently recently raised $116.86. So that was great. You've got to think that we're doing stuff here in virtual world that actually affects the real world, which is phenomenal. We're also going to be participating in Second Life's 21st birthday as a performer. This is not only an amazing event, it's the fourth time we've been able to do this. along with some of the other events, the Ascot, it's just going to be the biggest event of Ascot they've had all year. And the first thing they did was ask us to come back and perform. So we can't say thank you enough to everyone who did the shows before, because you obviously did a good job, and because they keep asking us back every year. Same with the sci-fi convention, Burn 2, which has been a new one. So just to say, there's so many amazing things, and also again, thanks to Lynn. I know that Vince said thanks to Lynn Labs, but we have to say thank you to them, because really a lot of these events wouldn't have opened up to us if it hadn't been through the connections that we've done via Lynn Labs and the connections associated with that. So it's also been a absolutely phenomenal milestone for YouTube. As we near our 1,000 subscriber count, we're getting ever closer to that number. And to put that into perspective, for some of you, you might think 1,000 subscribers. I've seen people who've got like 16K or whatever. Look up Second Life Wrestling. Not only are we the top of the search when you look at that, but the next federation down from us has 457 subscribers, and they've been around for about 12 years. If you think we've only been around for 2, so in 12 years, you can imagine where we're going to be. The growth that we've had is a clear indication that it's down to your hard work. It's everything that you guys do as performers that comes back. I've mentioned charities, some of the charities we've done, but we've done things like Relay for Life, Fandom Com, Sarah Pride was a recent one that we did. Just so many. And I've got to say, a huge thanks to everyone who brings up these charities to us, and we're able to do what we do. The growth of the community has also been significant this year, or at least in this half year, with about an average of 10 to 15 new members joining monthly. That means joining to Discord or also becoming performers. So we've had that significant growth. That comes down to our social media team. It comes down to our recruitment team. It comes down to our unplugged team, because they're going out there and they're promoting stuff. It comes to Rye. Everyone in management is involved in the recruitment as well. And because of that, we've been able to get vibrant, fresh talent that we can then pass down and open 3 shows. So looking ahead, we've got some exciting stuff still to come up. We've got Spoon Full of Sugar, I Think I Can, Rock Your Rack, Spooky Strides, Designing World's Christmas Party, which is fantastic. I'm looking forward to that one myself. And tons of opportunities for you guys to get involved, whether you're fans watching this on YouTube or you're performers and want to get involved in what we're doing. But none of the achievements that we've done this year wouldn't be possible if it hadn't been for the management team, and also for all the people. SLB is another one that we're going to be applying for very soon, so you're going to be able to get involved with recruiting for that. So leading us on to the community hub, which is what you're all sort of here for. We've built this community, as from the ground up. I'm so happy to be a part of it, by the way. And we're gonna continue to carry this momentum, striving forward for greater heights. And in years to come, we're going to be twice the size. But this community hub display that we're putting up today, that you're going to see, it stands for as a highlight for all of us. It stands for a highlight to say we are the #1 sports entertainment wrestling community, Second Life. We want you to be a part of it. And we're going to continue to put on groundbreaking performances across Second Life. And we are going to be a staple for what wrestling will be as we grow wrestling across Second Life in all forms to where it needs to be, and sports in general. So I just want to say thanks to everyone. I hope you enjoyed the display. It was fun to build, a nice project, and that's it, guys. So subscribe if you haven't already, please. It really will help us. And enjoy.
Well said, LG. All right. Again, this is so awesome to be able to be up here to talk about this. We worked on this community hub thing for quite a while. And then, like I said, we're currently working on the community gateway program, which gives us a lot of help along the way. So, but anyway, if you have questions, I know there are some already. I've gotten a message or two about subs. So, Sabrina, if you could tell me the first question that that you would like to tell me, and then I'll direct it to you myself, LG, Jasmine, or any management out here that can answer the question. And we'll get through these as much as we can. We'll get a good amount in, and then if we finish early, we'll go ahead and head on over to the exhibit and let you all look around and whatnot.
Okay, so our first question. Can you provide more details about how Premier Wrestling will be integrated into the Second Life Community Welcome Hub?
Well, it's real simple, and I'll get LG to answer to this as well. But it's really simple. One of the things that cut straight to the point is there are going to be people that are going to join SL, and to my understanding, right now, there's only 10% of people who are going to this Welcome Hub Center right now.
100% from today.
So I'm assuming you said it's 100% now, but
as of today, it's 100%.
After, yeah. So right now, there's only 10% of people who are joining SL, going to this place, and it still gets quite a few traffic and whatnot. So one of the things what we're doing is we're creating a mentorship program that actually a talent acquisition manager is heading up, that is going to help when we get some of those brand new people in SL that decides to come and join us. We're getting some of those people, and that our mentor program is going to be a big key into that. So they're going to be able to see our organization first before they see any other organizations out there. Which, again, I know that sounds kind of however you want to make that sound, but it's a big win. It's a big win for Second Life Wrestling as a whole. It's a big, 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 big win. Before, years ago, wrestling it was a dirty name. You had this mud wrestling, you had all this other stuff that was going on. It's a dirty name. The opportunities have opened, and we're hoping that it can continue. And it's thankfully it's because of the performers and the way that they have been professional and kept with a great attitude. LG, did you have something you want to say in regards to that question? He knows a little bit more. He's actually been in contact with the Lindens, and there should be one that will be there when we head over, but depending on if we, get ahead of schedule.
Not be over there running around, I'm sure. So, yeah, it's essentially...
If you want to come up here? You want to come up here? Because I think the camera's only stuck on here.
I'm going to be playing a musical chair. So... In the basic terms, it is a visual chance for people who are walking past to see a display and go, do you know what? That looks cool, and teleport to us. That's what it is in the most basic terms. The fact that we've been given a spot when there is, I think, 27 spots in total, and out of all of SL, the Lindens have picked us to display there is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. You're going to see when you go over there the communities that are actually displaying, and also you're going to see the stores that are displaying. And by no means are these places that you don't know. These are huge places in SL with such high status, with such high quality products. And they have decided that we are on par with them. And that is absolutely phenomenal to us. And we don't feel like we are, but they obviously do. So that is what it is. It's essentially, it's just a place where we showcase what we do, and we hope that a few of these new people who land in are also interested in what we do, and we can put them on the path to becoming a wrestler, whether it be with ourselves, it be with another fed. We can put them on a path, and we can be the spokesperson for wrestling and welcome them. And that's really it.
Okay, perfect. All right. Sabrina, if you got another one.
Yes. Another question. What specific steps will Premier Wrestling take to uphold its higher standard and prioritize respect for performers and fans?
Well, yeah, that's a hard one. We have done a pretty fairly good
All right,
job. So good question. Um, at the end of the day, what we do here is we have a standard, right? We try to have keep everybody, hold each other accountable to different things that go on in our organization, and I think we've created a good culture of keeping to that standard. Although there are times where people, they step out and do things, but we have systems in place for that as well. We have a great talent relations executive. She couldn't be here today, but she does a good job. Has some prior experience doing some stuff in our sister fed is Canella. So we will continue to hold each other accountable and continue to create a culture and have leaders who hold each other accountable as well. So that is it. What's your next question?
Okay, so the next question is regarding the Royal Clash event. What inspired the decision to host this type of event?
Well, that's a good question. We've always wanted to have a Royal Rumble, Premier Wrestling. We've always wanted to have a Royal Rumble, but we've always also too wanted to have a way to showcase all of our male talent and female talent across Attitude, Rise, and Overload, all three of those brands. So we've always just wanted to do that, and I think it was time. It was time to move forward in a kind of a different kind of direction for Premier, and hopes of possibly having more events like this as well. What's your next question?
Okay. There is a rumor about Premier possibly having a WrestleMania style event each year. Could you share any insights into that?
Oh wow. Okay. Well, word gets around quick. Okay, we are planning to add to the lineup of our special events. Right now we have the draft, and now we're going to have the Royal Clash, and then we tried a couple things before these events. I think it was Counterattack or something like that, Counter Strike, whatever. That was one of our other events, but we wanted to test it out. Premier Wrestling was built on having seasons, and we have our mid-season and our season finale. Those were our big events, and they still are. But, Trey brought up a good thought, which he's the other owner. He said, hey, we need to have a WrestleMania style, 1 year, every year, event, anniversary type show. And I do think that's important. And I think that's something we do need to work on and actually have. So do we have a name? Do we have a set? No, we have nothing yet, but that is in the works. We are working on getting that type of event going. I don't have a lot of details, but I will say, because we have so many performers right now, there's a good chance it could be more than one show, you know. So hope that answers that question. Go ahead, Sabrina.
Any word on when the next Premier Wrestling Hall of Fame will be?
Well, so the Premier Wrestling Hall of Fame was supposed to be this off. We had some management shifting changes and things like that, and we felt that it'd probably be best to wait, possibly until the next off season. What will more than likely happen is we'll probably have the selection process begin in the mid season of this next coming up season, and then have the ceremony immediately after next season. So that is something we are working on. It was going to happen, but as you know, our talent relations is the person who gathers a committee together of members in the federation, and they vote on who they think has deserved a chance to be in our Hall of Fame. No longer is it one person making that decision. I remember back in the VAW that was the thing, and in a lot of places that's how it works. But here we wanted it to be peers, everybody come together in a committee and make that decision. And we didn't feel right now was the time to do that, but it is coming, and I'm super excited. I love the Hall of Fame. I think it's amazing, and we'll continue to make that into a big thing. Yeah, I remember our last Hall of Fame, we had our Hall of Famers driven in a limo up to the arena, and they were escorted by cops and things like that. They walked down the red carpet into the arena, and they were able to give their speech. That was amazing. It was awesome. We want to do that again, but we want to add more to it. You know, maybe we have a dinner with the new inducted members and things like that. But not to get to. I want to get a few more questions. And go ahead, Sabrina.
Speaking of, could you elaborate on the process of pursuing inclusion in the Second Life Gateway program and the potential benefits it will bring to Premier Wrestling?
Well, that's a good one, and I'll probably go back to LG on this one, because that's a very, very, very good question. There's a lot of different resources that is provided in this gateway program. I don't want to go into too many specifics, but there's a lot of big resources, possibly an additional sim, things like that, from Linden Labs. But again, we're not 100% sure. Now, what does that mean? We're looking into possibly partnering up with other wrestling organizations and things like that to really push the envelope that, hey, this is a win for Second Life Wrestling. So that is still kind of out there. I'm not sure if I'm really answering the question the best, but I don't want to put out too much. But whoever asked that was a good question. And Jasmine or LG, did you all have anything to say? I know, Jasmine, you probably are not with the gateway stuff, but did you have anything else?
I'm not too sure as to what I can say regarding this.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things.
So, yes, you've got to remember that being one of these, 27 people, we have been selected by Linden Labs. That means that Linden Labs, as a company, as the owners of Second Life, are watching what we do. Now, that has a massive impact on, not only what we are able to do, but also the kind of brand as a whole. So when people say Premier Wrestling, they already know us. And, with people backing us and vouching for us, we're able to get into places that we potentially would have just the door would have been closed, and there wouldn't have been a way to get that door open for us. So that is really what this whole kind of bind has done. It was first initiated by Vince, and then myself, to kind of get this conversation going with ourselves and Linden Labs as a company. And from that has stemmed a hell of a lot of opportunities that just wouldn't have been a possibility. And there is more to come, and I cannot say much more than that. Just keep your eyes on news and keep your eyes on Premier Wrestling, because, like Vince says, we're only just getting started. And if any of this comes to pass, it's going to be huge. So please, we do want to scream and shout. We just can't right now.
Yep, it's one of those things we don't know. We could sit here and talk. We know for sure we got the exhibit, right? We got that, which is a hell of an accomplishment. But we don't know about that additional stuff, and I want to just put it out there because I felt like it just needed to be. I didn't want to keep too much of a secret, but I also don't want to hype it up too much. I think someone had a question out there. I don't know if it was sent to you, Sabrina, or if he's going to send it in text or not.
Yes.
Okay, Jasmine, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I misspoke before, and I just wanted to clear things up. I apologize if the ladies are watching. I had the ladies reversed. Our IC champion is Barry, and our women's champion is the Morgan. So I apologize. I reversed them before. I just wanted to correct that. So thank you for letting me do that.
Oh yeah, you're fine. Hey, they're all champions, and no, there's no problem with that at all. We have a pretty extensive amount of people and things going on, so no one gives her a hard time. She's in charge of 2 big positions. But Sabrina, what was that next question?
Yes. When will there be more merch put out in Premiere?
That's a good question. Isaiah is actually here. I don't know if are you there, Isaiah? He's our character development executive, and he handles our merch. And want to know if he can answer. Okay, hey, are you able to get on voice to answer that question on when there will be more merch coming out, or? I'll get out of your way. Hold on for a second. Look, he's all nice and dressed and everything. God, man, he's got all the money.
Well, Vince, you know what they say, every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man. As for the whole merch thing, we will roll them out as they come along. Things are coming along smoothly as it is. Right now, we're focusing on the newer people that are coming in so we can get them up, running, and ready for you guys to view on the YouTube channel and here live in Second Life. Don't forget to watch us live as well. As for new merch for existing people, um, as we see fit, as they come in, we will roll merch out, depending on not really popularity, but what is more profitable. Like for example, if I have had a sorry, Vince, if I have had a piss poor attitude and everyone hates me, and I'm horrible to work with, we're not going to give me merch. However, if let's say TLC, he's one of our top faces. He's going to get eyes on him, so he's going to get the shirts and the mugs and buttons and stuff, and that's all fine and dandy. That just means that we as performers have to work better to have ourselves out there, whether we are face or heel. We have to be the best versions of ourselves to put our product out there for you guys. So the more that you guys like, subscribe, comment on our YouTube channel and Facebooks and all of our posts, we see that and we're like, hey, they like this person. Let's give them more of this person. I don't know if that answers it, Vince, but that's the
Oh,
best.
yeah, yes, that's great.
So far.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you so much for coming up, by the way. I appreciate that. All right.
There
Let's
will
see.
also be more cards coming out, Vince, in the off season as well for Premiere and Rise, by the way.
Good.
And Rise merch.
Good.
Sorry.
Appreciate that. No, it's fine. I like to do more with the cards. I really would like to. I want to get with user experience executive and you and a couple others. I want to really get into that and get back into that collecting aspect, you know, to make them more and more valuable. So maybe we can get some trading going on. I think that'd be awesome. But anyway, so thank you there for answering that question. There's so many divisions, departments, and things like that. I could sit here and say a whole lot of jib and jab, but that's the main person right there who's in charge of all that, just like we have all our other departments. Okay. What was the next question there, Sabrina? We are doing really good on time. We'll be getting out of here in about 10 minutes. So just give me one. Go ahead there, Sabrina.
Okay. The Premier Wrestling Discord has had a fair amount of spam attacks. Any idea on how to fix that?
Well, it's crazy you whoever asked that. It's crazy that you brought that up. I have been really on Discord trying to figure this out. We're contemplating on changing the way people come into our Discord, possibly having it to where you have to check your email and activate and all this other stuff. I really don't want to do that. But, you know, it's one of those growing pain type situations. You know, we have 670, 80 people on our Discord channel, and certain things just have to change, you know, and we're working really hard on that. It's one of those things. It's not an easy fix. Our management team has done an amazing job getting it out of there as soon as possible. But, you know, at some point, we got to just try to nip it in the bud before it even comes out, or try to decrease it, because it has been a lot, and I get that frustration. What was your next question?
Okay, this next one is kind of a three-parter.
Okay.
What is the benefits of another wrestling fed considering and utilizing a formal partnership with Premier?
What is the benefits of? Can you repeat that one
Another
more time?
wrestling fed considering and utilizing a formal partnership with Premier.
Trying to understand that a little bit. As far as
I think what he wants to know is if, you know, is there a possibility of, you know, Premier partnering with another federation?
oh, okay. Well, I'll go with that because I've been whoever asked that. I didn't want to not being disrespectful or anything like that. I want to make sure I answer it the right way. And that person wants to know.
Will there be trades of wrestlers or events involving both agencies? And if so, what are the requirements to achieve a partnership like that?
Well, that is something that it's crazy. It's been a big talk, especially if things turn out the way we want it to turn out. Because we want this, even this, what we have right now, we want it to be a more of a Second Life wrestling thing. Because this is a win. This is a win for wrestling. Of course, you know, I'm a competitive son of a gun, but at the end of the day, I love wrestling and I love Second Life wrestling. It's not, you can't do this anywhere else, right? I've tried. I've looked all around the place, you know. So we do some really, really, really good stuff. As far as requirements, so it's not really a requirement. I think just being in good standing with Second Life. You know, I see things sometimes in some places, some wrestling organizations where we shoot ourselves in the foot. I mean, we do some really off the wall stuff that Second Life is just not going to allow in their environment. Okay, you know, rather it just, you know, just so there's two. I don't want to give too many examples, and we ain't got a lot of time, but just being in good standing with SL. There's a lot of benefits. I think there's a lot of benefits to it. Like I said, I don't want to go in too much detail right now, but that is a possibility. We've done it before, by the way. It's not something that Premier Wrestling has not done. We have done it before. I'm always open. We have a really good, right now, I think the Second Life Wrestling world right now is in a really good space. We have a Discord group right now with the channel dedicated to bed owners and things like that, to be able to help with things that are going on, different tools and sharing tools and things like that. So it's really, right now we're in a really, really good time. So but that it's coming, and we really want to open the door to those types of relationships once we get some things done on the home front. I don't know if someone had something there.
I can help on this one as well if you want.
You said what again there? If you're talking to...
I can help with this one if you want.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
So, on the fact I text constantly. So, there's things that Premier Wrestling doesn't do, and there's things that other wrestling groups do. And we are not looking at trying to, expand Premier Wrestling so it bursts at the seams, doing all these different things that are already being done in our style. As Vince said, there's a lot of rules and a lot of guidelines and a lot of things that potentially people and groups out there and feds out there will not want to follow, because they want to do their own thing and they want to do that particular style or whatever. But Linden Labs will not be able to put their name to it because of the whatever is happening within that particular fed. So to partner with us, we have to be able to know that we can put you into environments and places and events, and we're not going to get feedback back like, oh my god, this person did this or they said this, or because it comes back on us because we're basically saying, these are with us. But are we looking at partnering with people? As long as things go the way they're going, and as long as Premier Wrestling goes the way it is at the moment, and it grows to a state where we're able to be that kind of platform for other wrestling feds in SL, 100% we are going to look at trying to partner with places. But with that will come terms and conditions. It's not as easy as us just going, oh, these are our friends, we'll bring them in. And they are not terms and conditions that are coming from just us. They are coming from much higher. So that's it. I think we've got a very important visit to. We've just landed.
Yeah, I was gonna say we actually have Lyndon here right now, but we'll continue on. I appreciate her coming over. That's awesome. Sabrina, what is your next question? We're doing really good on time.
Yes. Next question. How do you envision Premier Wrestling's role evolving within the broader Second Life community, especially with its increased presence at the Community Welcome Hub?
Here's the deal. And this is no knock at anybody. I'll make sure I turn myself here. Over here talking, looking like I'm over there. I think Premier Wrestling is leading the pack right now, right? I think we are showing an example of how it should be done, right? Some people probably get a little upset about that, but I think we have some of the best performers in the game. Yeah, I'm a little biased. I think we have some of the best management in the game. I think we have some of the best resources in the game. Of course, we go out and, there's been some others who's helped us on the outside, and our partners have been really helpful, things like that, strategies and things like that. I think we're one of the best, and I think we're leading the pack. I think with this community hub that we've been given, I think there are many, many ways, again, like we said, to be able to include other organizations and things like that to be in this. This is a win for Second Life Wrestling. I'll say it again. However, without even that, it puts, hey, there's wrestling in SL. Even if there was just Premier Wrestling that's there, our logo, this and that, someone's going to say, wow, there's other things in SL besides going to a club or going to snail racing or anything like that. Yeah, there used to be a thing called that. But hey, you got wrestling, and we do all forms of types of stuff in wrestling. So it's a win, definitely a win. What's your next question?
Okay, the next question. Most of Premier Wrestling events are between noon SLT to 2 p.m. SLT. Are there any plans on creating a later show for those who want to come watch live?
Wow, that's a really good question. I just had a conversation with someone today. Oh boy, there is conversation. I'm not, there's. Try to be careful how I say this because apparently, it's one of those. It's a tough decision. Do you move one of the shows to a later time? Or do you create a whole another fourth show? So there are plans to meet some of those needs, but we have some research to do, and it won't happen anytime soon yet, right? I guess maybe. But it is being talked about. Yes, it is being talked about to accommodate those times for other people who. So yeah. What's the next question?
What role do you see the Royal Clash and Premier's Mega Show and the Draft playing in attracting new audiences to Second Life Wrestling and expanding its reach?
Those events are important. I think at the end of the day, showcasing the talent between all three brands on those major big platform events really shows how far we've come. I also think just something different, it's refreshing, to be able to have Royal Rumble or the Draft, to be able to shake things up, between all the rosters and then that big style WrestleMania event that can be hosted for wrestling. I think it's very important. It's a shift forward. It's there's so many different elements to it. I'll be here all night explaining that to you, but it's very, very, very important. I'll answer two more questions and then we'll get out of here and we'll go to the exhibit. What else you got?
Okay. See here.
Yeah, I know some people are asking some good questions. So yeah, good. Again, we appreciate you all
regarding
coming.
the Royal Clash, what inspired the decision to host this type of event?
I think we have asked. I think that may have been one that was already.
What did we?
Yes, I believe that was earlier.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep throwing her questions. Let's see what happens.
Yes, definitely. Are there any? Well, I think we already asked that one too. Let's see here. What else do we got? Running out of questions, guys.
That's a good thing. Well, I do appreciate you all. Like I said, coming. This is a major step.
Okay. Here's another one.
Okay.
Can you provide an update on the efforts to address some of the filming issues from last season?
Oh boy. Okay. So, all right. There. Obviously, we had some issues last season. and we've had some issues, and more than what I would have wanted. But you have to understand, we started, back then it was myself and it was LG. We were the main ones really filming the shows. And we said, okay, we need to focus on other areas of the organization. So then we said, all right, we're going to do some training. We're going to get more people involved and things like that. I think we moved a little fast, sometimes a little, just a little too fast, right? So we are working to address those issues. It's growing pains, right? It's no fault of their own, the people who try to film, but hey, it's when you have 45, 50 people coming to our studio shows, it's difficult to film. It is, no matter what kind of computer you have. And that's what we face in SL. So we're working hard, but I can't say that it will, just go away, that some of the issues go away completely. But we are working extremely hard to address that, because honestly, that is what Premier Wrestling is about. We want to put together a well-produced show, put it out there for our fans and supporters to see, and be able to come back to and say, oh man, I want to watch this with my family and kids and whoever, so it's very, very important. We have our shows on TVs across Second Life, and people come back to watch it. Now we're trying to create a vault for our shows that we've had in the past and whatnot. So it's very, very important. And I am working extremely hard for next season to improve the quality of our shows, because it's needed. But I can, like I said, I could say this is that our production team is trying. But it's one of those things, growing pains, and we have to understand that as we continue to grow, we're going to get
there. If you're a filmer out there watching this and you think, you know what, I'd love to be part of Premier Wrestling, we'd love to have you, because we are always after production. And we like Vince says, we've only got a couple, handful of people who are able to do the videoing. And we need more, really, particularly with all the shows that are going on. But it's quite hard to train somebody who's never done any videoing, no clue what to do when it comes to streaming and audio recording and everything, and teaching them everything. And then as well as editing, it's a lot to learn. So yes, if you're watching this and you're a video editor, and you want to try and get into kind of sport filming, please reach out to us, reach out to myself or anyone on this video, or even just leave a comment and we'll reach out to you.
Well said there. All right. Well, I think that's it. Sabrina, thank you so much for keeping track of all that. I know it's a lot to throwing stuff at you, so I appreciate that. We're going to go head over to the exhibit. We're going to go over there for a little bit, take pictures, all that type of stuff, put it all out there, have fun with it. It's a celebration for Second Life Wrestling. We have to understand that. It's a big celebration, and I'm hoping, very much so, hoping that Linden Labs will give us the opportunity to continue to prove that and give us the opportunity to expand into the community getaway. I'm really, really hoping. Prayers. We need your prayers. We need your support. And hopefully it will happen. All right, that's it. Thank you all for coming.